back into where we were from before. What I think I might do is just do a line here that can do both of these. So we'll just bring it across like that, and then bring it across like that, and then link these up. And what we'll do is we'll make these double slip switches, which means that trains coming from both ways can use it, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't know whether it makes sense. Anyway, so what we're going to need to do is put in a pass through here, put in a couple of lines either side, and then we'll have them marry up with this further down, but also come through, and I'll have this link up. So let's just delete this road for a second. Like so. And then we'll have this line connect up down here. Like so. And we'll have a line that comes off of here as well. We'll do it a little bit further back, just so then trains coming off for this train station can, if needs be, queue up. I doubt we'll need it at the moment. There's like 5 trains on that track, but it's always good to just prep it a little bit, plan it for, you know, worst case scenario. And then we'll have these two link up like so. And over here, so what we are going to be doing is linking up this wood with the planks or the sawmill, and then coming down here. So what we'll need is a couple of lines. In fact, what I might do is just get rid of this. And I don't know whether I should, I guess from there upwards, like so, towards the lumber mill. It's probably best. So we'll need to delete these roads. Let's just prepare this sawmill as well, just so it's ready to go. Like this. We'll put one of these on like this. And it's actually, it might be better on the other side, but then it won't be able to. It might be better on the other side for the through one, because there's going to be a through one that links up with this. I might do that actually. So that connects up there, and then we'll have a train station here and down here, and we'll just link up with this line as well. So this will be coming down in this general direction. In fact, if I just build the train station that will be here, then I can link it up perfectly. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll do it from here. That way the train stations are going to be as close to the track as possible. I fear that that might be like in line to collide with this, so I'm just going to rotate it slightly. Whoops. Like so. I think that's a bit better of a line. So we'll have this one going back up. To link up about there. Have a nice fast merging line. Like so. And then how this will work is it's going to have to connect up with this on the other side. Like so. And then similarly to the other side, we're going to need to have a line that comes down. And that'll be connecting up to this. So let's just do that like here. And here. And then that will continue on from here because that's the pass through for the main train station. And let's just see here. So with stops, I think we're going to remove this one because if a train stops there, it's probably going to block this junction. So putting in stops, we want one way, and we want one here, one here, one here, one there, and I suppose one there because it's not like blocking any other trains. Like that's as silly as it sounds. Like that's not going to block this other line. Whereas if it was here, then it could potentially block trains coming back. So what we'll do is a similar situation on the other side. Put them through like that. It's annoying because now that they're a little bit close, we can't put in a stop after the train station, which I might have to change slightly, but we'll just see how it goes for now. It might be fine. We'll have to see. So putting in a stop here and here and here. And then obviously another stop back here. And what we want is one on either end to provide the timber or the lumber or whatever, the wood, to where it needs to go. We'll do one a little bit further back, like that. I think that should look nice. So I'm just going to put in some roads here that connect up with the forest, like so. And then this will connect up with that road. We'll have this have some connections so that it's got good loading times. I mean, I don't think the load times really are affected by that, but you never know. It might be. And then what we'll need is for this track to connect up to the other one. Like this. And you know what? We'll do a nice fast merge here. So if there's no train in the station, it can go full speed into it. And then we need to do the same on the other side, but there's a little bit of a hill here. So we really want it to come out from here, I think. So if we connect that up, and the same on this. And I think that we'll connect up here because this will be a faster route than going all the way through this way down here, but that's for later. So this station will need to come in about here. We'll put in some roads like before. These will connect up with the forest and this train station. We could probably just get away with doing that, that'll be fine. That connects nicely there, and then all we have to do is connect it up down here. So I'll take this. Connect up like that. Nice speed, 75 mile an hour limit. And connect up down here. And that's all the line. Well, that's all the tracks pretty much laid out. What I will do is just do a quick pass through here. So we'll do something like this. This will be an alternative route through, like I discussed earlier, to keep the speed going, or at least it makes it a bit of a faster route than having to follow the way round up to that harbour. So we'll have that come down. Ideally, I'd do a pass through here, but I don't think it's really needed at this point because nothing's really going to be going from either side. But in future, that may be needed. It really depends what lines need to go from one side to the other. It may well be that there's no lines that need to go from one side to the other, and this never really gets used, but you never know. So I'll do an off here, and what I may even do is just continue that along a little bit so that the option is there to have the pass through of the train station just a little bit further along. And then I'll keep that there. And then what we'll need to do is link up this bit with this line down here. We'll do another branch off, like so. It's not necessarily the best to do branches so close to each other, but I think it should be fine in this case. So now, trains that need to come down to this contraption that we've created can take the faster route through rather than having to go all the way down past this harbour. So let's just see what we need to do here. So we've created these lines. That's done. What we need to do is create the line that will deliver the steel and the planks. So I'll do that now. Like so. I'll just name it. And then we need another line up here. Like so, very easy to do. I'm pretty sure that there's no other lines for that, so that's fine. And then what we need to do is start buying trains, and we've got a depot down here, which will eventually get trains to it. It's just a bit cheaper to just use one depot. And in fact, I could even just get rid of this one, to be honest with you. It's in a bit of a garish position anyway. It wasn't really the best place for me to put it. And what this allows is then us to link up these two lines, but also we've got another couple of rail depots down here for this other sort of islands trains. So that's fine. Right, what we will need. So let's have a look at what we've got now. We've got a new locomotive, which is the A35, or 3 out of 5, or 3 /5. Is that a forward slash? Yeah, that's a forward slash, whatever. And this one is a big jump from our PLM 2200, or 220, because it's a big jump in speed and power and tractive effort. This is ideal. Although it's probably more expensive. Yes, it is. It is a lot more expensive. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But okay. That's really weird. So as you can see, I'm having some issues, and for some reason, it's reporting that I'm not broadcasting, but I am. I'm just checking my stream now. So sorry for these technical hiccups. It's a bit strange. I've never actually had the game sort of crash like this before. I'm just trying to get back to the latest autosave. Right, I'm hoping that this is broadcasting fine. So we've got new trains. It goes up to 62 mile an hour top, which is great. That's super duper awesome. So I'm going to start by creating the ones that I'll need for the wood. So that's that done. And then I'll pretty much need the exact same, but a different color for the planks and steel line. I don't know what color to make the steel line yet, but to differentiate them for now, I'll keep it what it currently is, which is pink. I don't think it will stay that way forever, but we'll use that for now. So what else do we need? We need ones for the coal and the ore. So the ore line will probably be orange. That's what I normally do. So we'll need gondolas. There we go. We'll just take that till it's no longer good. There we go. We'll do 2 of those, and then we'll do pretty much the same, but we'll need to color them something different for the coal. I guess I'll do I guess I'll do just generic sort of brown or dark colours for the coal. So that should be all of those trains that I need there. So let's start placing them on the lines over here. So those will start to trickle through with time. Next, what we need to do is start looking at what cities need these machineries. Funnily enough, Rowley Regis right over here needs it, and Easingwold, as well as... Okay, no more on this line, but I mean, we've just put in that through line, which will help that particular case. We might need to break it off and have it come down here. I don't know where I'm going to place a destination sort of one. I think it's going to have to be, I don't know, maybe the other side of the tracks. Maybe we could do one up here. Maybe we could do one over here. Or we could do it a little bit further down that links off of this line. So equally, it can come down this way. We'll have to see. So what else needs good? The machinery needs this one. And we could even use this one that's up here, because that doesn't quite link up with that, but maybe we can make it link up with that. If we just do... something along the lines of this. So that will link up there. And now that links up with this terminal, so we can use this to deliver the machinery and have a we'll just put another line on here and have a delivery for the goods, which will be, well, good. So let's just think about how we're going to do that from this standpoint. So we need two coming this way and one going this way. I think that it's probably best to do multiple stations here. One facing this way to go to Chapel and Le Frith, and one facing this way to link up with this line, and then, or the track, and then we can use that cut through that we've just created. Maybe put a cut through here so that if there's any trains here, it doesn't affect this other line. Speed, you know, it can be quite important with lines and such. And then we'll have one come up here to Easingwold to deliver the machinery there, and one come into Rowley Regis. Rowley Regis needs 30, so not that many right now. Easingwold needs 156. That's quite a lot. Chapel and the Faith has actually grown. It will need 61. So we have about a combined demand of about 220 odd. So that's quite good demand for these machines. What I'm going to do is just circle around this so that it has road all the way around. Just makes it easier going forward to connect things up to it. It's got a peculiar outline, which I quite like. I'd rather buildings had a bit of a different, you know, unconformist outline, because just a square or a rectangle is a little bit boring sometimes, and having one that's sort of one of these wacky shapes, it's you know, I'm not saying that it's wrong or anything. It's really cool. It's a group of rectangles, it looks like. So yeah, I quite like that. So let's link up. Let's create these stations. So we'll want one here, and I think giving it a bit of space is probably the best idea, and then one going the other way. So we'll change that track to 1. That's a slight problem, is trying to link up with the tunnel, which we don't want, of course. We could always do it from here, maybe like something like this. Right, so let's just do a branch off from here. Now I just need to think, do I want it to be close to this or a little bit further away? I guess the closer I put it, the more space it's going to have to actually have trains coming on and off. But it will mean that I'll have to get rid of this. This stop needs to go, because if you have trains coming across it, then it'll block it off, which you don't want. Which, well, I don't want, more precisely. So we'll do a little one off like this. In fact, I might just link it up from here. Something like that. And then another one here. Something like this. And then we'll have a nice quick, in fact, we want to utilize as much of this space as possible. So I won't do a nice long one. What we will need is, I could even use this other line. It'll look a little bit peculiar, but I quite like the idea of that, because then it won't all be coming off through this way. Yeah, let's do that. So that'll link up down there. It'll just mean that the oh, I haven't actually put this in. One of them. So trains coming in will just route a little bit differently for that second line, which will be fine. What we will need to do is, if we put a stop there, it won't actually be blocking anything, which is fine. But if we put a stop there, that'll be a problem, because then it'll block this other line going in. So we don't want to do that. So that's the delivering the goods from here. We'll put it on play just so the other trains start to make their way around. What we will do is probably link this in after this other junction a little bit further along, maybe like here. And then that's got just a nice little bit of runoff. Right, so that's currently about anywhere between 60 and 47 miles an hour. If we take it as far as it can possibly go, it's 70 throughout. The lowest point is 72. course, we want as high a speeds as possible. There we go, that's 73. So I will need to alter the way these stops align. I'll probably just move these along a little bit and then have different stops for the junction, but let's just hook this up for now. So that'll be hooking up like that. And that hooks up down there. Let's sort out these before we go any further. And then these will be have to move. Boop, boop. And I think it's still vital that we have them because this will be quite a busy line, what with it taking the both the passengers and the goods to, or the tools, sorry, to up here. So what else do we need to do there? Maybe put in, did I put these in? I can't remember whether I put it on this side. I took them away, so I'll put some more in. That'll be fine. And then up here we want to put in a stop there. That seems good. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. We may need to add some more stops, especially along this bit of track and down here in the tunnel, depending on how busy it gets. I mean, we've got 4 trains going backwards and forwards. We'll see if that's going to be enough to deliver all the transport all of this, but it may not be. And how's our that's public transport? Are these other trains actually getting there? They're taking their time. It may be that we need to put some more stops in, really. It is also on 1 speed, so it's probably going quite slow. Even though there's 60 mile an hour, when it's in just 1 times speed like this, even, you know, like, well, that's not very fast, but you know, it takes a little while to go from A to B. Right, before I forget, I want to put in junction here, like this, and same sort of thing up here. Like so. Why is that done? Oh, it's because I didn't put these in over here, so I guess it's not had the one-way up till now, which is fine. We've just got to rejig the destinations on the middle station, so that it basically has these the right way around. So, ooh, which one would it need to be? I think this one needs to be number 2, or this one needs to be number 1. Does that work? No, that's not working. Let's try it that way around. There we go, sorted. Right, so we've already got product starting to turn up on these stations, which is great. That's where they're going to deliver them to the either the steel mill or the sawmill, and then it goes along to the factory down here. So, considering we can pretty much create this one down here, this is the first one that I'll be setting up. I just need to think, which side do I want to set up this on? Probably this side, because then it can link up further down, like down here, and come out here. That'll be fine. So we need to build build up the track here on the side of this. It's crazy. Those new trains that we put on, the PLM 220s, are already old news almost. I mean, it's not quite old news yet. What we'll do, because we're on 1900, it's a nice round number. I'll keep it on that year for the time being, and we'll work on this era for now. So May 21st, 1900 is the date that we'll be going forward from. I'm just pausing the date for now. I will be progressing later on, but I just want to get a good chance to actually use some of these vehicles and the locomotives and what have you from this era. We did this earlier in the playlist with I think it was 1860-ish that we did hold the year, and then we moved on to where we are at now. So yeah, it's a case of I just want to see what this one's got to offer, see what tools we can not tools, see what lines we can make, and see how it goes. So that's in there now, and then these is going to link up down here. That there. And down here, I'm gonna link this up so we can use this other line, this other cargo depot, whatever you want to call it, and basically make the most of this investment and the monthly costs. So I don't know whether I want to. I might upgrade that exit there. It will, of course, speed things up a bit, so might as well. And what we'll do is put in one there, and then just have a nice curve like so. Oh, autosave strikes again, and then we need to put in the line. So the line from here down to here, they'll be picking up machinery and dropping off machinery. Let's call that something. Whoops, you might have noticed had my caps lock on there. I don't know what color I'll do the machinery lines, but for now that's fine. I'm just putting in the infrastructure. I'm not really focusing on what color's what for now. Actually, we could still just use this same stop. Yeah, pretty much covers the entire town down here, so we might as well. It's a nice central position, which is great. So this line's going to be picking up the machinery and taking it for the last leg of the journey into the town. Let's grab the name of the other one. It'll be easier if I have this on. Hold on, that's not it. Where is it? Am I just being blind? Where is it? Oh, there it is. So that's in there now. Ah, I didn't realise we had a plank. So let's just name this, make this number 1 because that's what it was here first. Like so. So now these lines are all set up. Actually, we can just get some simple vehicles. I don't think we'll need too many to begin with, so I'll just place these on that line. Machinery, road, there we go. And then for this line, we'll need a train. Oh, I completely forgot we put this. I have them. I have a bunch of trains coming across the entire continent, but never mind. I guess you could call it a continent. I don't know. All right, let's just. I don't know what color these will be, but we'll decide that at a later date. We want these to be machinery, so they need to be boxcars, and we want them to be good. We'll assign that like that, so. And then we just need to do the other ends of this other one. I don't really know what to do with Rowley Regis, where it goes, but to be honest, easing was the biggest concern because it needs 156 of these things, so I'd rather set that up first. So where are the machinery's up here? That's interesting because if we put a train station close enough, what it can do is serve as the delivery mechanism for the machineries. The problem then is that all the machinery will be used in that initial delivery, and if we put a road depot next to it to act as like the final leg, it may not actually get too many machines to deliver. So I've got to think, do I want it there? Or would I rather it be a little bit further out? Because remember, even though we have our food delivered currently fine, because this factory is only delivering to one, and it's, to be fair, delivering quite a few bits of food to Easingwold. What we can do is put a train line in and upgrade this all so that the train line, that might be a good alternative, is to put in. So food wise, Easingwold needs food, Budley, Witherscombe, and wasn't there another one? No, that's it. Okay. So I was going to do one from either side, wasn't I? That's why I've set this up here like this. So what I may well do is just set up the groundwork for now, putting in the train station that will not only take food to the other two cities, but also take delivery of the goods for Easingwold. Sorry, the machines for Easingwold. I always get machinery and goods mixed up. I don't know why. Probably because they're quite complex resource chains. So to me, they're very similar. So what I want to do is have a train station sort of here, something like this. So something like that, and then that will link up to this rail network, and it can hopefully deliver food to the other two cities, take grain from other farms. Are there other farms around here somewhere? There aren't any that way. Oh, there's a couple down here that we could use. Yeah, that would work. We even kind of have track down here already, but I don't know whether using that would probably be the best idea, but is there any other farms? I mean, we've got the two that's next to it, and it's a 2-to-1 difference, and it can only make 400 maximum. So you want 800, 2-to-1, 800 grain going into it for 400 food. What we really need is 2 farms. Now, I know these ones are quite close, but I'm quite tempted to use them for... I'm quite tempted to use these for boats, because if we have boats delivering grain and then food somewhere... Oh, there's even more up here for that. Well, actually, that's perfect. These four farms feeding that one food processing plant will be perfect. That'll be, creating 800 food, which we can then link in to one of these networks somewhere down here, and really make some big money from it, because it'll be just delivering tons of food. So I guess maybe this one and this one. In fact, I'd argue that this one's kind of closer than that one to the shoreline. It's hard to say. That's another tool that would be super useful in this game, is something to measure. I guess if I'm looking at this from putting in a harbour, I'd have to remove quite a lot of farm fields here, but I could just remove maybe one and put a harbour there. I'd have to dig out a trench similar to what I've done here. So that might be the best one to use for ships. So that means that this one, and I think this one, because this one is super easy for ships, similar to this one, and even this one up here to a certain extent. Sorry, I've got hiccups, and I'm trying to I'm trying to stop them. So if I sound a bit weird, then I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be. So I think if we, at a later date, put in a line to these down here, I mean, that's going to be a super long line for picking up and delivering wheat, especially if I don't know whether I'd use these over here as one, and then this, these two as one line. So 2 lines, effectively, similar to what we've done down here for food. And actually, that's generating... Wow, that's at capacity. That's pretty big. So, similarly to what I said earlier, we might need to set up this food factory to help this one sooner rather than later. But for now, let's just focus on what we're here to do with the machinery. It might mean that I need to upgrade all this down here, which is fine, because this is the very first line that I ever put in. And some of these will be some of the first trucks or road vehicles that I've ever used. So in this save, of course, I've played the game before. So yeah, like Vehicle 4, there's good old times with Vehicle 4, albeit you used to be a wagon with horses, but hey ho, that's progress. So I'm thinking I might just bring it down here. That way I can use it all for one thing. I could even put in like a little canal to deliver food up here once this starts to get to its limits. So let's just go ahead and upgrade this. So let me just think about how many tracks I'll need on this delivery. I'll need at least 1, 2. I'll need 3 for the machinery, 4 for this grain line, and then do I need any more? I guess I could get deliveries from the other food factory down here if I really, really wanted to. 5. That's a lot of lines. 5 lines. But yeah, let's just put it in. It doesn't matter to us. We've got a lot of money. And I mean, you know, got to spend money to make money, right? So what I'm going to do is take out these roads. And I'm going to try and be a little bit smart with it. Hopefully not to my detriment. And, as a matter of fact, it would probably be better if I had 2 lines going off that way for the food to those other 2 cities, 2 lines going this way, 1 for the grain line and 1 for the machines, and then I've got these extra 2 in the middle. So what I might do is upgrade this. In fact, what I might just do is delete this, and oh, I didn't get any refund for that. That sucks, but never mind. Place down a new one. Super big money, big business, and link these up. So what we're going to do is simultaneously put in the pass through here. I know that I've got a warning. That's because I've taken away that road. That's, you know, it's the name of progress. And considering there's so many tracks that are going to be coming out from that train station, I think I'll probably just do a flyover, like a bridge or something, for a little country road to go past it. It's probably the easiest way. So what I think I'll do is, it would look quite nice if we came off from this straight, something like this, and then it's almost like it's diverging to this point. Or at least I think it looks nice. And then we'll continue this down. Like so. Link these up. And then what we need on this side, I'm going to have to do it about halfway through, so I'll do it from here. Going to need to go to the other side. That sounds like, I don't know. I don't mean like, I don't know, going to heaven or something. I don't mean that. Gonna have to reach the other side, talk to the spirits. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I need is to do something like this, but that won't work. Damn it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. They need to be closer, I think. So we'll just take them a little bit closer. Yeah, that works fine. And we'll just do the same here. Bring it across. So what we'll do is we'll put in these slip switches, and these will link both lines up with the cross through. So we'll just put this in. And then down here, first off, let's just take it from the same spot. So what we'll do is connect these up like so, and this one like so. Now, what do I want to do? Well, this one's the exit, so we want it to go like this. But I'm very much aware that that's going to be extremely close. Why can't I do it from there? What's going on here? You know what? Let's just do the other side then, if that's going to be tricky. From here up. Oh, now you work. Okay. Why is that not connecting? Why you no work? Oh, hang on, you work there. Okay, sure. And then what we'll do is divert from here. Too much curvature. Okay. Keep up the speed. 40, 50, 48. That's about as best it can do. And that's going to be plenty of space for... Why? 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 This game can be super picky sometimes with how you do things. I'm not going to lie. It can be a little bit frustrating at times. But, you know, it's just the nature of the beast. If you've played any similar games, like City Skylines is another one that I love. Sometimes the way the game works out, oh, you can plop this here or you can't plop this here, can be infuriating. So, you know, it's just part of the course. We'll need like that, and what I'll do is I'll do one here and one here. And the reason I do this is just so trains can go right up to where the limits of where they can against the station. Because if you don't put something like that in, I mean, they still do to a certain degree, but they may, I don't know, I've had mixed results. Sometimes they don't go straight up to where they can wait. Yeah, but yeah. Right. So this will be the 2 lines for the delivery of food to those other 2 cities. And then we'll do a similar thing going the opposite direction, which will link up down here. We need to put in stops here, actually. All of a sudden, that branch off that I did makes so much more sense, because we need it for the grain lines to go through. So yeah, if you were wondering why I did that, I was just sort of future planning it a little bit there. Right, so let me just think about this for a second. We'll need it coming off the other line here. So we'll do this. So the other line will come off this way. It actually works into the bend, which is quite nice. And then that goes in there. If you've ever wondered why I do this, it's just to save a bit of money on not placing down extra track that you don't need to. It just saves us on the track infrastructure maintenance fee, I think it is, or just basically every little piece of track that you put down, even road, it just costs you money to maintain it, to keep it up to scratch. So if you put less down, it costs you less, and that way you make more money, which really helps when you're playing on the hard difficulty and the tolerances are extremely tight. They're not that forgiving at all. So we have this in now. We can put in the line for the machinery. That should help this one not be so busy. Not that we don't want it to be busy. And oh, it's good to see all this going on. Oh wow, that one's already at 96%. That one's at 96%. That one's at 100%. We are delivering all the shipment, but not quite full shipment. So not the production that we can possibly do. So what I think I'll do is I'll let the shipment gradually grow. Same with this up here, although this will probably cope a lot better because it's just one line going. Well, pretty easy line, just going backwards and forwards. So I think that these coal and ore lines may well need maybe one more train on them. Once the shipment goes up to 400, that is, it's going to get pretty busy. But anyway, the reason I'm here, put in a line from here up to Easingwold, like this. And it's going to be delivering machinery, dropping off machinery. It is going to be called Cargo Rail Machinery Easingwold. Like so. And the beautiful thing is that doesn't even affect that old line. I don't need to touch that old line. I don't need to do anything with it just yet. What I will need to do is put in some... Is this 3 or 2? Well, there's only one way to find out. I guess, like, the tolerances are so close here. We could have it that this be the delivery point for the goods, or the machinery, I should say. In fact, no, screw what I'm doing here. Boom, go away. I'll do something like this. If it'll work. Like so. And then, oh, they're confused. What are they doing? They're picking up from here and they're going. They're picking up from here and they're going. That's all you need to do. Don't overthink it, little cars. So where do we want to deliver the machinery? I feel like there's a big hub here, but there's some outliers over this way. Having another road go through from here might improve the delivery. It's quite tempting to do because once these upgrade, they might become machineries, or they might have a need for machinery. And then if I did one on the outskirts like this, where it only just touches it, if I had the road through, I could take it further away. I mean, that does both. That should be fine. And we can even link it up down here, make this look pretty. Like so. What I even might do is link up here. Like this. Speed up the line a bit, because now they can go straight from the destination to the resource to bring it back to the chain, to the converter. Nice. I'm going to need to do some sort of line over. I mean road. Road over. If I just link those up and then put a bridge in, hey presto, that's done the job. And it's only 200 grand, which in our state is not a lot. In reality, it's quite a lot. But anyway, so we want to put in a line here to here, and this will be delivering the goods. Not the goods. I told you I keep getting them mixed up. The machinery. There we go. That's all set up for easing mold. Oh, it's not quite even. Picking up machinery, waiting for 10 minutes, dropping off machinery. La-di-da-di-da. I'm in a funny mood. I'm sorry if I'm annoying anyone. It's, you know, just one of those funny evenings. There we go. Put a new one in because we did have one over here, but obviously that's gotten upgraded to a train station. So we want to have some cargo vehicles. Let's just put 4 on for now, delivering machinery. And then we also want a line. That line's already in, isn't it? Yeah. A vehicle for that line. So we'll go with the A3. Go with box cars down here for the machinery. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, can I do one more? Yeah, I can. There we go. And you know what? There's so much demand there, I think it's going to need 2. So where are we? Yeah, here, this line. Machinery. So that's easing mod set up. Those trains will start making their way there. Annoyingly, they're going to have to go out and then come back, but that's fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I'm going to put pass through here now. We weren't going to initially because actually I didn't really think that the trains coming through here would prefer this line or this track over the already one. The already one? That's a word. The one that's already exists that goes down to the ferry, because obviously this one's faster. It goes sort of more direct of a route than the ferry. So we'll put this in. What I might do is quickly alter this so it's just a pass through rather than a Ujima flip. There we go. Nicely done. And put this in the other side. Oh no, the stop! The stop's in the way! There we go, that gets rid of that. These are, yeah, that's fine. As long as that's a good enough angle for it to be. Why can't I delete you? Oh, because the tree's getting in the way, of course. Trees are always getting in the way. That's why we chop them up to make machinery. Nah. Sorry, Mr. Tree, you were here first. I just wanted to remove something that was in the way. So we'll delete those. This will connect up down here. This will connect up down here. And then, I mean, I could do this a similar thing where this is a pass through, but it's not really much. There's not really much sense in doing that. I can take it a fair ways, probably to where it's flat. That makes sense, or at least it does in my head. It probably makes no difference whatsoever, but it seems in my head like if you're gonna link it up, why not link it up where the area is flat? So this will connect up down here. This will connect to down here. And then we'll connect that up to where that goes. We'll put this on like this. Put this in. Do a stop here. A stop here. And a stop on the other side even. Like so. That's all good. This is all good. That's all good. It's all really good. It's all good. Right. What else do I need to do? Over here, I need to change these to double slip. I mean, I guess I don't technically need to make them double slips. You know, it doesn't need to be, but I think it would just be better. Oh, maybe not. Right, we're going to have to put a marker here, and marker here. And then we want the line that's here, this one, after coming back from easing world to go there. And just to make sure, going to easing world there, then that will use that. Good. What else do we need? I think that's all good. This is really taking shape now. It's looking pretty crazy with all the lines going everywhere, but you know, all the track. But it's looking pretty cool. I quite like it, especially with this sort of splaying off line. It's like a bicycle wheel almost, or part of a bicycle wheel where the spokes are coming off. How's transport doing? 100%, but it's only shipping at 100, even though it's doing 200 out of 200. Why? What's going on? Does this need to be... Oh, I don't know what happened there. Hold on a second. You don't know what you're doing. You've got to pick up. Put you on for a 5-minute timer. You'll drop off the goods and you will pick up the goods and you will drop off the goods and it'll all be really good. Can you get your shipment up? Why, Delilah? You've got 400 stored, 400 consumption, 200 production. Why are you only shipping this much? What if we put... What's the betting it's this? I mean, I doubt it because I don't think this actually makes any difference. But it might be. I don't know. Maybe it didn't used to work and now it works or something and now it makes a difference. I don't know. How's that? Oh, boom! Shipment, huge! Well, that must make a difference. Bloody hell. Oh, wait, maybe it's just... We've now delivered 400. Did we just make a delivery? I can't tell. Is there a train coming down here? No, there's a train already here. Oh, I don't know. This game's confusing me somewhat. It could be anything for all I know. How's this doing? Like, is it? Do those things on the side genuinely make a difference? If you know, put a comment in the comment box, in the comment section down below. Let me know. I initially thought they did, but then I didn't hold my push button down. Push to talk button. My bad. I didn't think they used to, but now they seem to be. So to be on the safe side, I'm just going to put a bunch in. They only cost, well, a few thousand a pop, and once they're in, and it looks somewhat better. A little bit, I suppose, maybe, perhaps. Possibly. Put that in like that. Have a road coming down here. I guess it makes sense if it improves the loading or the shipment speed, or like the connection between this and this. If it can only go through that little entrance, then it's a bottleneck, right? So surely giving it some more options and things to use will speed it up. Hopefully. I don't really know. I don't know whether it actually makes a difference or not. My thought process is they've got these here for a reason. Does this blurb say anything? Street access for passengers and cargo. Side entrance. It doesn't actually give you any more details about whether that actually improves anything. But we'll go with it does. You know, you don't really see any little guys delivering things, which is a bit of a shame. You can sort of see the route they would take if there were little guys, little chaps. I'm imagining, I swear there used to be like little chaps' wheelbarrows. Maybe I'm imagining that. I swear, especially when the game first came out, maybe they took them out because it was just too much for the game to render or something. I hope I'm not imagining things, because it would be really nice if those were potentially coming back at some point. Who knows? They might just need to optimize it a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, I swear there were little guys with like wheelbarrows, pretty much taking the goods from where they come from to the destination. Same with these things, like little guys would take stuff to here and things. I'm not just imagining it, am I? Like, maybe the guys still exist? There's some shadow of some birds. I don't know, maybe they don't exist. Who knows? I don't know. I'm waffling on at this point, so I'm sorry. It looks like the first shipment of machinery is going to make its way to Easingwold, though. And while that's on its way there, we've got another train to pick up more machinery, because this stuff is probably going to upgrade once it starts delivering to Easingwold and make us more money. Right, thinking about Rowley Regis. So it needs both goods and machinery. So based on that, I need to think about where I place my delivery station or delivery point, because where is a goods factory? I swear there was one on this landmass. So there's one. Is there any more? Truth be told, it would probably be easier to deliver it by the river. I mean, we've got a goods one over here, but that one's already tapped out. That one's like full on producing as much as it can. Or at least I thought it was. Doesn't seem to be, actually. Seems like plastic's holding it back. That's great. How's this doing? 100% transport. Okay, I don't know where the nearest train line would be. So destination, I'm just trying to think whether it would be coming from this way or from this way or from this way. I genuinely don't know. Do any of these need goods? No. These all need... Well, that's the only one that isn't getting full. All its needs sorted. And it needs fuel, which we could do from this, and that, and this, and maybe even that. Who knows? And that. This and that, and this and that. Yeah, that's a story for another day. Well, actually, no. Boom, 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 boom. I quite like the looks of that. I think I'll set that up one day. Not now. I'm just trying to focus on getting this machinery to where it needs to go. So, I mean, the other side does have its hill there, so I think it'd probably just be best to put it on this side. In the interest of making it... Oh, I don't want to make it that. Making it future-proofed, I think I might place it like here-ish. It's right on the corner, which is a bit of a pain, but it will mean that we'll be able to do a line coming from this way or a line coming from this way. And it'll be perfectly fine. So we'll go with that, see how that goes, and deliver some goods. So this is going to be a bit awkward, because we want a line coming off for the pass-through. So let's just set that up from the other side. Something like that. I mean, I say something like that, that's what I've been doing for the past however long. So it's a pretty tried and tested method, really. And then one of these there. Did we do one down here? Yeah, they're all set up. I would put one here, but then if we got stuff coming from this direction, it might block stuff going the other way, which would not be good. This side, I'm thinking something like... It really annoys me that you can't... Ah, there we go. Okay. You just have to do it super zoomed in. Right, something like that. Too much curvature? Are you having a giraffe? I mean, that's pretty much as close as it can go. I think it's a bit up a hill, so that's going to be a bit of a troublesome point. That could work. Maybe something like that. Like so. Connect that up there. That up so like that. And then this come off this direction to link up over here. And this will come off here on the same bit. And then it's a bit of a... Why does it have to be in a bit of a hill? Never mind. Never mind. In fact, it's probably better if we do take it from a little bit further back. For some reason. I don't know. Reasons. Gives it a little bit more of a run up. Talking as if it's doing a high jump. It's not a high jump, it's just a train. There we go, so that's not necessarily halfway through, but it's fine. So we want that there, this here, we want a stop there, a stop there, a stop there, and then we don't really want a stop there, because if anything needs to go this way at any point, it may get blocked, so we'll leave that like that. I could put a stop there, but if we get long trains, I mean, I think they're already long enough to block that, so I won't do that. But what we can do here is double flip switch, double slip witch, double bitch witch, double tritch twitch. I'm running out of words. I don't think that needs a double slip switch. And then this needs to be a thing. So descriptive of what I mean. Do we want it to go this way? Probably. So that will need to be there. That's quite close and may cause problems. But it's a delivery point. So we can put in this other line. Finally! Why do you autosave now? It's always at the most inconvenient spots. There we go. So that's another line. It won't be as busy because the demand's not quite there for Rowley Regis, but it's in. It's a line. Congratulations, it's a brand new baby line. Just like that. Nicely done. What should I do down here? Where is it going to deliver to? Oh, it's literally right there. Okie dokie. Right, what else? Good. I mean, maybe eventually. If we put that there, then we can just make this a bit bigger because the trains currently deliver, I think it's 96 comfortably, which is 3 of these. So we need it to be a bit bigger just so that we don't lose anything. Typical. Oh well, that'll work, I guess. I hope. In fact, get the refund. Put in a little road. It'll look more satisfying down the way. I want that to be flat. Flat like that. And then if we put in the boop ba doop ba boop boop a doop a boop, and then we want this maybe a little bit further down just so it can actually go out equally. I might as well just build as far as it'll go. Why not? Saves me having to change it down the line, I suppose. So I'll take it to there. I'll link it up like so. And then we'll want this to link up as well. Why? Why are you not possible? What do you mean you're not possible? Maybe if we get rid of that. Why? You're possible. And you're oh, I don't know. I don't know. The game's just trying to be difficult at this point. It's like, nah, you're making too much money. Stop, please. Where do we want this to go? Let's just do something like that. And then it will come out the side here, link up there. This will link up there. Nice. So this has the capacity to then take on another line from down here. I doubt it will be able to do another line this way because then we'll have to have like a cross, or maybe not. Maybe we could do something like similar to what we did before, like a little line coming up, coming off here and going in there. Maybe. The problem is if it backs up, it's going to stop traffic on that line, and I don't really want that. So I doubt that would be a thing that I go for. Anyway, the goods line. Get the good lines done. I can just hear everyone chanting, like, just focus on what needs doing. Right, machinery. Machinery. Let's make it wait for 10 minutes. There we go. So that's all set up the way I want it. This other line needs a train, actually. So let's grab one of those trains. What? There we go. One of these. And then some of these. Till it's good, or as good as it can be. 88%, 88 capacity. Oh, excuse me. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit cream crackered, so I think I might call it after this. But for now, let's focus on getting this done. Can they make their way over there? I don't think so, so maybe we'll do it from here. Because of that new line that I put in. Boop, boop, boop. We want it to be to this line. And then they'll use this road. Right, so that's the final line in. Let's have a look. What's going on here? Where's all the machinery? Why put the machinery on the bigger one? You silly game. Oh dear, what's happened? Why is it backing up so much? Oh, that's not good. We had this before. They might start to flow through. If not, I might have to remove some of these. I don't know though, because how much does it need? 171? Wow. How much capacity does it have? About 270, so it could do with a culling. For lack of a better word, just removing some. But I'm glad that these other roads that I've put in are getting some use. Have those... I'm confused. What? Oh, they've already made it down there. These cars have already made it down there. And they're waiting. And they're waiting. And where's this other train? It's waiting. And waiting. How's this doing? Right, so this is at 55%. How's these doing? 50, 48, 40, 60. So actually, doubling up these and possibly even doubling up these, question mark, maybe, will do the job. And then we might even need to look at improving this line. So let's just do that quick. I really want to, call it a day, but I don't want to just leave it. It's not like Civ where you want to play one more turn. It's more like, oh, but I just need to do this and I just need to do that, and it's got something about it that just makes you want to keep going, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Maybe we should colour these lines before I go, just so they make sense. So, if you can't tell, I'm going to make this one brown. This one will be orange. Orange. This one will be, because it's coal, dirty, black, browny colour. Coal, sort of dark grey? Is that? I don't even know. What colour to make this line, I have no clue. So I normally make steel blue and planks yellow. So what's between blue and yellow? I even use this sort of one for planks. I could use that one for... Let's go with that one. Whatever that colour is, let's go with that one. I don't know what this one is. Light lime? Is that a lime colour? I don't even know. And these are white. There isn't really a white colour. Annoyingly, the one that I just used might even be the closest thing. Let's just do the one down from it. Whoops, make this all the same colour, like that, and like... I quite like the blue, though. I would keep the blue, but I've committed to this now. I mean, would it be such a crime to use blue for machinery? I don't think it's used for much else with cargo that I do. Yeah, sod it. Let's make it blue. It's nicer than this greeny colour. Let's make it blue. I normally make the line of the colour, the colour of the line, even, sort of represent the product that it's taking. So in this case, it's like a grey cog. There is no sort of whitish silvery grey. There's obviously this grey that we were already using, but yeah, what I want to do is make those blue, make them lovely and blue. It's a nice blue as well. It's like a deep navy blue. I like it. It's good. Why on earth is the door so high up? I guess we'll never know. Goodbye. Well, I think that's a good point to leave it. We've set up these machinery lines. Chapel in Le Frith even is getting about 60% of its stuff. Once these other trains get here to really start delivering what actually where are those extra trains coming from? I should have thought about that. Where are you? Oh, you're going all the way round. Oh, whatever. You're already halfway there. I should have done a line here or something to allow it to connect. Never mind. Whatever. Um, it's doing what it wants. It's being free. Sometimes you just have to let go. If you love something, let it go. So, I've loved this episode. It's been a lot of fun, sort of putting in all these extra lines and connecting them up to this original line, and it's really cool how they interlink. I think. Obviously, it's extremely busy around here at the moment, so I'm glad that I put this into a tunnel. I hope that you've enjoyed as much as I have. It looks like this line's going to need some more. So I'll just go ahead and do that. So yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. And if you've been watching, then thank you. And I don't know what else to say. I don't really have a sign off for these things, but have a good one, stay safe. And yeah, till next time. Enjoy. Watch the rest of the playlist. Maybe subscribe if you want to know about more of these. Yeah. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for watching. Oh, hang on. I need to save. Almost just lost all that progress. Oh, God, I'd cry.